Welcome back to GM University. Today, we're going to talk about something every game master faces at one point or another: how to build confidence behind the game screen. Let's start with a key lesson. It is okay to make mistakes. In fact, mistakes are kind of necessary. If you're worried about messing up, think about it this way. If you did everything right on your first go, it might actually be worse than made some mistakes. Now, why is that? Well, if you locked out and you ran a perfect game, you'll be trying to recreate that experience you don't fully understand. Now, make mistakes, you adjust. From those adjustments, you learn and see what works for you and your players. Now, don't get me wrong. Knowing rules is important. You need to have a solid understanding of the mechanics in order to be able to run a smooth game. But here's the thing: you can't build up confidence just by reading the rulebook. Experience is what really helps you grow as a game master. Majority of the people cannot memorize everything. Neither should you as a game master. The rules are there to support the story, not to slow it down. If you're ever unsure about something, you can totally make a quick ruling and let the pace of the game continue. Now, you need to be transparent with the players that you're doing it. In fact, somebody at the table might remember the rule that you're missing. Also, if it's life or death, or if it's a big character moment, it is totally okay for you to check the book, to stop the game, to ask if somebody needs to use the restroom. Probably do. It gives you a couple of moments to check the rules and see what you're missing. Deciding when to go with a quick ruling, check with a book, or go with the rule of cool will come more natural to you as you gain more experience. Wait, you don't know what the rule of cool is, do you? Well, let me help. Wouldn't it be cool if I could swing off that chandelier into combat? Wouldn't it be awesome if I could surf that shield down the stairs as I shoot some arrows? Or it would be amazing if I could shape my lightning bolt into a sword, and as I jump off the cliff, I hit the dragon with it. Those sound awesome, right? The only thing is they're not really what rules allow for, usually. But you're a GM, right? You have the cosmic power of overriding other rules. So why not make your player's moment and allow it? Make this weird, amazing thing a reality. But be careful, don't overdo it. Bending the rules too much can cause instability and unpredictability. Rules exist to provide structure and balance to your world. Respect them, work with them, and bend them sometimes, but only to enhance player experience. Remember, don't let things get out of hand. A key to building confidence is surrounding yourself with players you can trust. It's much easier to learn and to make mistakes when you're surrounded by people who are supportive and patient. When you're running games for your friends or people who genuinely want to see you succeed, you feel less pressure, you'll have more freedom to experiment and grow. Speaking of trust, don't be afraid to try something new and ask for feedback. Recently, in one of my campaigns, players were going to experience a lot of glimpses of the past, and I wrote a bunch of exposition. Now, I wanted to involve the players more, so before the game, I passed out a box of colored markers. Each player chose a different color. What they didn't know was that each color corresponded to a different NPC that now they have to voice. So I turned the exposition into more of a theater um, scene, and we had 5 or 6 of those theater scenes, and that changed the dynamic of the whole session. I never would have tried something like this if I didn't trust my players, or if my players didn't trust me. Also, When you ask for feedback, be open to hearing it. Your players can offer insight into what worked and what didn't. Remember, feedback is not criticism, it's a tool for improvement. What did not work for this table might work for another. Homework time. If you're feeling up to it, run your first one shot. One of the best ways to build confidence is to get your feet wet. Find a one shot adventure, comment down below which one it is, and run it for your friends. One shots are great because they are low commitment. You can try new things, experiment with different styles, and see what works for you and your table without pressure of a long campaign. If you've never played a particular TTRPG that you're interested in, ask a friend to run a one shot for you. It's a great way to get familiar with a brand new rule system that you do not know. It's learned by playing. Please do comment down below what one shot your friend ran for you, or if they were nice enough to make something custom. Lastly, if you're not ready to run a one shot yet, that is totally fine. Read up the rules and wait for the next week's video. The next week's video will cover what is a one shot, and it will even give you a small one that you can adapt and run at your own table. Remember, building confidence as a game master takes time, but the more you play, the more comfortable you'll become. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, learn the rules as you go, and always listen to feedback from your players. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave that comment for what one shot you played. See you in the next video, but until then, stay geeky.